How's this for a different take? You don't need to read my book. You don't need to buy my book. And you don't need to review my book. I doubt my book will change your life. I don't see it as a must read, as the summer read, or the book you have to buy now. And I find it obnoxious how so many people, as opposed to talking about what their book is about, where it came from, what it means to them, that they end up choosing to go to this oversaturated, overstated, hype claim of telling people what they need. And then add on to that, you'll feel this, you'll experience that, you'll walk away knowing this. What right do I have, and what right does any author have to make these subjective claims come off like they're objective truths? I have a real issue with that. And so with this book, you don't need it. If what you see on the back cover, if what you've seen on some of the social media, if what you've read about regarding my book is something that interests you, I hope you'll consider it. I hope you'll consider reading it. And if you're drawn to leading a review, by all means do it. And reviews do help authors, but this whole quid pro quo, you've got to leave me a 5-star. I don't understand that. What if you think the book sucks? I don't want you to lie. And if you feel drawn to either writing a positive review or, for that matter, a negative review, it's your opinion. It's your review. And I have no problem with that. If you want to share why you don't like it, or you want to share why you like it, or maybe you even love it and you're just not someone to leave a review, I'm not going to guilt trip anyone into reviews. I'm not going to push pressure or promise anything. This book, to me, of all the things I've ever done, I'm the most proud of this. Now, someone else might take away from it and not find that. They might find the smaller chapters in the middle to be off. They might not like the story. They might not like me. They might not like my approach. And they have every right to not like it. Just as I have every right to say this was something that was close to my heart, something I wanted to put out. I do hope that some of the sections could inspire, but I'm not going to tell you you will be inspired by the book. I do hope some of the sections might open your eyes to ideas around AI, ideas around handling high conflict parenting situations, difficult individuals. However, I'm not going to tell you it's the answer. It may be an answer, or it may have some answers. I'm not saying front to back that you'll love it. And that's also why I've created a version called the Skimmer's edition, where it's just the chapter title, the opening thought, the pull quote of that chapter, and the closing thought. If we could all, and I'm stating this as an opinion, move with subjectivity, move with humility, move with the consideration that so many people are in the middle of this yell, tell, sell, you have to do this, you will feel that, you must do this, this is what I need from you, that you've got to tell everyone about this book. I don't think you need to tell everyone about my book. If there's certain people that maybe they should know about it, please, by all means, share it with them. However, if we move back to this humble place, if we move back to a subjective place, if we move back to a perceptive place where we can understand there are many people out there with a yell, tell, and a sell. And if we invite, if we choose to engage, if we choose to consider, if we allow our intention to respect the perceptions of the audiences that are being almost attacked, it might allow us to connect a little bit more. It might allow us to see things in a softer light. And it might end up being some of the best marketing and the best messaging possible that might invite the most people possible in the best way possible.